This week I made 2 loaves of bread with the same flavor profile. The loaf on the left-hand side of your screen has fewer inclusions. I reduced what I added to it by quite a bit, and yet it's taller and fluffier. The first loaf, the loaf on the right-hand side of your screen, the one that had more inclusions where you would expect it to be taller, the results were completely different between these 2 loaves. And you can see it right here. When you add ingredients directly into your dough, not rolled in, you just add it. You're not just adding flavor, you're changing the structure of your bread. Salt and water behave very differently from sugar and water. Salt pulls water quickly and it helps tighten the dough. It strengthens the structure, and you feel it almost immediately if you're using the autolyse method and adding salt after the levain on the first fold. Sugar's different. It competes for that same water and holds onto it. So less of that water is available to build the structure of your dough. That softens the dough and your bubbles are smaller and it has a more pillowy look to it. So what's happening in the dough is this. The sugar, along with the added moisture, starts to concentrate in certain areas, especially around your inclusions. That's where you begin to see it. Those little wet pockets, the irregular holes, and sometimes even small cavities forming around the ingredients you've added. Now, if you've added cheese, you're adding fat, and that's a different effect. But if you're adding things like grapes, apples, or pears, you're adding both water and sugar, which is affecting the structure. Instead of an open, airy crumb, you'll often get something softer and dense. Ingredients like unsweetened cranberries, even though they have moisture, they don't have the same level of sugar, so they won't affect the structure in the same way as something like grapes. Now, the change in the structure is not a bad thing. It's just a different kind of bread, too. So if you want less disruption to your crumb, you can roll in your ingredients like a cinnamon bun, and that keeps the structure more intact, but it still gives you a different style of loaf because you'll still have contact with these ingredients. Adding oil will change the crumb in its own way as well if you're trying to protect the crumb from the ingredients. And there's more than one way to bake bread. This is just one of those moments where understanding what your ingredients are doing makes all the difference as you're building your loaf. Have fun with it. Experiment with your flavors. Just expect different results when you start adding things in. And more doesn't necessarily mean better. If you're looking for more baking tips and tricks like this, feel free to like and subscribe. And for the rest of this video, I've included the recipes that I've done for both loaves. These were both delightful to eat too. I thoroughly enjoyed them. The onions were sweet, the grapes were sweet, and when you add the earthiness of the thyme and the cheese, it's a wonderful loaf of bread, but it is dense. Like I said, enjoy, experiment, and have fun. I'll have more loaves coming too, where I test different inclusions and different ways of structuring the dough to make it work. Have a great day.